Can you please share some information about the physical location of the mind? Is it some sort of energy or frequency? Are there scientific evidence to find the location of the mind? Depends. Now, I've done actually a lot of research in this in the past year. What does science say about the mind? What does science say about consciousness? There's two camps. There's the camp of strict materialists, even though they don't have proof. They say it's part of the mind, it's part of the brain, it all comes from the brain, that's it. And then there's the other camp that says maybe it does all come from the brain, but we don't have proof of that either. So the long and short of it is, there's no clear answer to this. There's not scientifically, and also not in the suttas. The Buddha never answered these kind of things. Now I will say that he never answered these kind of things in the earliest discourses. Now there's later discourses and later writings and stuff like that where they do go involved into where all these kinds of things are. But I haven't read those, and so I can't say much about that, and I don't necessarily trust that to be the reality anyway. So the Buddha in the ancient, in the Nikayas, the Nikayas are pre-sectarian, they're pre-Mahayana, pre-Theravada. These are the oldest and the closest to the words of the Buddha that we have. We can't say they're the actual words of the Buddha, but they're the closest we're ever going to get, pending some kind of Dead Sea Scrolls kind of find, where we find these, all this amazing treasury of old texts. And the Buddha actually kind of gently, sometimes not so gently, he gently refocuses our desire with regards to these things. Where's the mind? What does it do? How does it go? What goes to the next life? All these kind of things. He never answered those. He refused to answer those, because he said that they were not conducive to the ending of suffering. They were conducive to vexation, conducive to confusion, conducive to intellectual circling. You can't know these things. A couple of the other examples. Is the world finite or infinite? Does an awakened being exist or not exist after death? People ask him all these kind of questions. And actually, one of the funniest responses he ever gives is, people ask him like, well, who feels? And his answer to that is, invalid question. The answer to who feels is, from feeling comes craving. So he goes the answer is dependent origination. So, that is, of course, to some people, that might not be good enough. It's okay. But as far as I know, science hasn't proved one way or the other. And as far as I know, there's lots of scientists that just won't touch consciousness and the mind because of that. And then there's some others that are really working hard to try to find mind in the neurons and stuff like that. I don't know. We'll have to find out and see what happens in the future.